Welcome, everyone. My name is Altheo Valentini, and I am the General Manager of the European Grants International Academy, as well as the Chair of the Educational Community of the Europeana Network Association. With this presentation, I'm going to give you an introduction to the activities carried out by both EGINA and Europeana in the field of digital preservation and education of cultural heritage. EGINA is a training agency accredited at the Umbria region for the release of VET certificates and qualification, as well as an adult education center that works since the years 2012 for the capacity building of different target groups, including teachers, NEETs, unemployed, and many other disadvantaged categories, in order to increase their level of competencies, especially in the digital and entrepreneurial field. Our activities are mainly supported by the Erasmus Plus program, and we are particularly active in all those initiatives of the European Commission that are supporting social innovation, environmental protection, employment, and mobility within EU countries and non-European countries. For this reason, this is where we are located, the Umbria region. As you can see, our headquarters are located in the real center of the region in central Italy, and cultural heritage is probably one of the most important factors for our economy that is declined through touristic activities as well as creative industries and cultural events. As I was saying, the EU transnational mobility is probably one of our main activity, and we are implementing different services within this framework. Especially, we host and send abroad trainers and learners at vocational level and higher education level in order to increase their transversal and professional skills. But we are also providing structured courses for educators at any level of education. And we host, particularly for this purpose, a portal which you can find in this slide named Erasmus Plus KE1.eu, where you can find all the training opportunities which are accessible also through European funding. Besides the transnational mobility activities and services, we have also a quite long-term experience in the international cooperation in the field of education. Our intention is to cooperate internationally in order to empower locally. At the moment, we are carrying out more than 75 ongoing projects, mostly within the field of digital skills and competencies, sustainable development, entrepreneurial mindset, social innovation, and cultural heritage. We implement our projects, of course, with the collaboration of strategic partners. And let's say that our network represents definitely our strength. Beside the EGINA, we run the Crack Lab Foligno 4D, which is a digital youth center for the experimentation of innovative digital technologies and the co-development of cultural and social projects. But we also take part in many different national and international organizations in the field of digital, and social innovation. Just to mention some of them, Stati Generali dell'Innovazione is a national-wide organization that promotes innovation at any level of the society. And All Digital is a European NGO that represents over 25,000 digital competence centers from all over Europe. What is probably most relevant for this seminar is our active collaboration with Europeana, which will be presented afterwards, where we join the educational community in particular, and I personally chair the steering committee of this community. With this presentation, as I said, we wanted to give you an introduction of the projects that are more relevant for in the field of digital cultural heritage. This project, Silver, is probably one of the most important within this framework, and it is about safeguarding intangible and cultural values and heritage in Europe. It is founded by the Erasmus Plus program, and it's about to be finished after 3 years of dedicated implementation, where the 3 involved universities developed a university course for the total duration of 243 hours, offering 3 different modules: management of cultural projects, digital storytelling of intangible cultural heritage, and augmenting and virtual reality in the cultural sector. The 30 university students involved in the project were accompanied into the development of strategic skills for the preservation and exploitation of cultural heritage with digital tools. And they are now working at the development of local cultural projects, which will be then published into platforms for their further development. Another project that we are very proud of, which is carried out together with the University of Bari and the Italian Ministry, especially the Department for Italian Libraries, is Biblio. Biblio stands for Boosting Digital Skills and Competencies for Librarians in Europe. And with this project, we have already developed and we are about to implement an innovative training path for those who are interested in carry out a career in the librarian field, where enrolled learners will have the opportunity to first get basic skills thanks to the participation at a MOOC on digital skills in libraries. And then 2 specialization courses will be piloted in 5 different European countries. One more related to IT and innovative technologies for the development of libraries in the digital area. And another profile and specialization course will target people who are interested in becoming community facilitators, thanks to the planning and offering of digital skills workshops and initiatives to different target groups that are potentially targeted by the libraries. A third project matches the cultural heritage field with the accessibility field. This is Accessi, easy to read, easy to access, is another Erasmus Plus project where different European organizations are collecting a database of terms that can be use through the easy to read uh, methodology in order to make cultural heritage venues and sites more accessible for people with disability. Audience development and differentiation is another topic that is very relevant for us. And with this project, DGIM, which is just finished last June, we have exploited an Italian initiative, which is called Digital Invasion. And we have carried out several invasions in different European countries, uh, increasing the capacity of cultural operators to use social media and digital storytelling in order to promote cultural heritage, actively involving the local communities. Finally, two last projects which are still ongoing, but we are all together to raise awareness of cultural heritage, aims to identify a simple but innovative way to engage anyone interested to the cultural field in order to create stories, digital stories that from one side can promote local cultural heritage and at the same time can also transfer and safeguard the values, the history, and the diversity that local cultural heritage encompass within its real very nature. The last one, it's just started, and again, it's carried out together with the Italian Ministry of Culture, founded by the Erasmus Plus program, CAL, Creative Audiovisual Lab for the promotion of the critical thinking and media literacy. With this project, uh, we are working by exploiting the audiovisual heritage in order to increase the social cohesion of the communities of students that are taking part in the pilots. The project will then facilitate, of course, the acquisition of transversal skills such as communication, collaboration, creativity, but at the same time will promote social media campaigns targeting and trying to raise the awareness on how cultural heritage can become a vehicle for social cohesion. Moving to the second part of the presentation, Europeana. Europeana is a European network association that has been inaugurated by the Commission in order to become the most important archive for cultural heritage in Europe. Within this presentation, I will particularly focus on the resources of the educational community of Europeana. In fact, the values of the association, as you can see, are to be usable, mutual, and reliable. So the Europeana Network Association is a very strong and huge community of experts who work in the field of digital heritage. The platform, which is accessible online, operates, it is operated by the foundation, which is the main organization, that includes two different communities. The Europeana Network Association, where members and people from different cultural fields are represented, and the Europeana aggregators forums, where the organization, the institutions working in the field of cultural heritage cooperate and develop different initiatives. As you can see, the structure is quite complicated, but at the bottom, we have the members of the network association that can work creating different task forces and working groups. And there is a big and very relevant governing board at the top with representatives from the member council, of course, EU member states, and the different stakeholders that can bring added value for the maintenance and the development of the platform. The operational level of Europeana, anyway, is represented by its different communities. At the moment, we have 6 communities, as you can see: communicators, impact, education, copyright, text, and research, and some more are about to be presented at the end of the year. One to be mentioned is the community on environment, that will engage all those cultural operators and stakeholders that are interested in promoting cultural venues and sites as active factors for the protection of the environment. What we'll speak about now quickly, just as an introduction, is the Europeana education community, which I'm leading as chair of the steering committee that is also participated by other 7 experts from different European organizations. The Europeana Network Association education community then brings together all those who believe that Europe's digital cultural heritage has an important role to play in education and want to work with us to embed Europeana in both formal and informal education to foster innovation. Of course, the focus of the community stands at European level, but more and more we are welcoming members from all over the world who are interested to cooperate with European organizations with common projects and common initiatives. These are the channels where you can easily find all the last news and activities carried out by the community. We have a LinkedIn group and a very, very active and participated Facebook group where not only the members are posting news, but also other people interested in our activities. What we do with the community, well, first of all, we support teachers and educators in creating learning scenarios and using them with their learners. We have a online database of these learning scenarios that have been already tested by other teachers and are presented in a way that can be used and adapted for the needs of other teachers and different types of learners, also starting from primary education to adult education. This database is available in English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and French, as well as MOOC, a course, a massive open online course, which is called Europeana in Your Classroom, that is implemented every year, and it's open to anyone interested from any geographical scope. We also contribute to the implementation of relevant and educational related initiatives. So, for example, thanks to the exploitation of the Europeana platform, there are two very active uh, related communities, which are Historiana, that focus on historical content and ready-to-use learning activities with its own portal, and the Transcribathon, which is a, a sister community that organize all over the world events engaging students in transcribing manuscripts, books, documents from different libraries in order to make them available digitally through different platforms, including the Europeana one. Then, just to summarize, then we definitely offer a large spectrum of resources and services, which you can find by clicking the link with this slide. That will support anyone interested in cultural heritage education to make advocacy, to uh, implement activities with learners, to research and studies on different digital and technological innovation. The platform itself has been renovated, and there are different guides online that will um, explain in detail how contents can be searched, categorized, and used by the platform. Also, it is possible for all those institutions that want to make their uh, contents and uh, collections available in the platform to follow other guides in order to make partnership with Europeana and share uh, either in a free of use way or under different type of licensing their contents. I hope that this brief presentation was interesting, and I'm definitely available to uh, meet you and organize other occasions for providing more details both on projects carried out by EGINA and possible uh, cooperation initiatives with Europeana. Thank you very much.